All right, guys, welcome back to another Marketing Teardown with Andrew and Travis. Just to recap, we are tearing down this company, Nugs. They're the Tesla of chicken. They're in kind of the replacement meat category, Beyond Meat, Impossible Foods. You get the idea. So today we're going to take a look at their website.
Yeah, let's get into it. Here, let me move our faces over a little bit. So honestly, the first thing that strikes you, and these are a couple screenshots from their website that we pulled into here. The first thing that strikes you when you look at their website is it looks fucking good. It's solid design. It's got that kind of bold, bright colors. It's very striking in your face. It's got a lot of little hidden Easter eggs and plankton secret formula on the product page. This on the and actually speaking of the product page, this box rotates. It's a GIF, I believe, and it actually spins around when you get to the product page. So there's just like a lot of little cool things going on the website, and it's dead simple as far as how they set up their navigation. They have this releases tab, which is sort of like it's kind of like a riff on tech, but for food. It's like the version of the chicken. So they'll put release notes when they change the recipe or they improve the chicken. And so now they're on version 2.0. They went from version, 0.1 or whatever and moved on up. They've got a help tab where you can text them, and then you just have a button that says buy a box. And that is such a clear, obvious CTA. I mean, yeah, it's just a solid website all around, I would say.
Yeah, you can clearly tell it was built by developers, like not by marketers. So this is not like a WordPress template. They even have like in the footer of their help section, they have a hidden game that says like snake, but it's like you're a snake and you're trying to like eat a chicken nugget. It's like snake.2.0, but it's like the most ultimate hidden Easter egg not shown anywhere on the website. So you can tell like a developer was just like, oh yeah, well, we can just replace this SVG with, instead of like an apple, we're just going to do a chicken nugget. It'll take no time. We'll put it on brand colors for a theme, and we'll just like put it as an Easter egg into the site, and it'll be hilarious.
Yeah, it's just a cool site. It's a cool thing. It's nice. I really like what they built. So that said, what's under the hood? Well, we broke down some of their marketing stack. You're gonna say something, Travis?
Yeah. So that being said, what's under the hood? So they clearly have like a pretty diverse marketing stack. We see some of the things that we don't normally see, segment, wrap leaf, but then they also have just like their typical stack. They're built on Shopify. They're using Hotjar, Klaviyo for email marketing. They're using Facebook ads, Snap ads, DoubleClick, and then they're doing language translation tags, which is interesting because you're not going to buy a box of chicken nuggets in Australia that has to be shipped from New Jersey. But yeah, they definitely know what they're doing. And as their CEO is looking for one of those growth marketers and was a growth marketer himself, he knows what he's doing. So he'll be able to grow this stack and maintain it.
Yeah, and when I look at the web marketing stack, I'm looking at two things. The first is that they have the right marketing technology in place. Like clearly they are sophisticated when it comes to marketing tech, and they're doing the right things. And the second thing is that they have ad pixels for pretty much all the main platforms that they want to be running on. They're advertising in the right places. They know what they're doing there as well. And we'll get into their ads in one of our future episodes. But yeah, they know what they're doing as far as most of their marketing, if you look at their technology. So that brings us into their purchasing flow when you actually go to buy on their website. And I gotta say, it's pretty nice. There's a couple things I would like to improve here and I think could be better, but overall it's pretty solid. It's pretty classic, well done Shopify checkout. If you ask me, buy a box, get to the page, you have a bunch of payment options, and then you go and check out. Dead simple, it's very obvious, there's no confusion, you know what you're getting. So it's pretty solid. Travis, you're a big fan of the Shopify payments, I believe, right?
Yeah, it just makes it really, really easy. So before you're even getting to the like checkout page, there's also like pay now. So you just like literally hit pay now, you verify your CBD, and then all your shipping information is pre-populated and you're good to go. One other thing that's interesting here, so I love Shopify Pay. It's super, super easy to implement. And really like the differentiator between that and like Google Pay or Amazon Checkout is that they just pre-populate all of your address info. It's really when you're like operating in the walled garden of Shopify, they can do things that they won't allow you to do to maintain a competitive advantage. And then they have leverage over like what your processing fees and all of that could be. Because originally it was like, okay, Shopify needs a button that makes it easy for them to integrate other payment systems. We saw that first with Amazon Pay. PayPal was kind of first, but not everybody that has a PayPal. Not everybody has a PayPal account unless they were hot on eBay for a long time. One other thing about this purchasing flow that I've been curious about for kind of everybody who's trying to run this, not really run, but force this subscription model. It's one of those things that they're like, oh, okay, well, hopefully we can get them into a subscription, subscription and get recurring payments. That doesn't really work for food unless there's some sort of system that can notify a user when they're out of that food or soon to be out of that food. So for example, I do Amazon Fresh all the time. If I knew when I was about to run out of asparagus, I would always put myself on that subscription model. Sadly, the tech is not there yet. They're trying hard to get there quick. It's just way
smart
more
fridge. We need a smart fridge.
Yeah.
It's without smart fridge, it ain't gonna
It's more complicated than everybody thinks it is. It's crazy.
Yeah. And that's a pretty good breakdown on this. I think the one thing that, speaking of subscriptions, the one thing I think they could do better with this flow is that right now they say, it's a little hard to see here, but they have their subscription option labeled become a beta tester, which is on brand and sort of plays into their developer brand style. But I just think that's fucking confusing. Like, say subscribe and save, your buy a box is such a clear call to action. Make the subscription the same. If you read it, it says it's a recurring order, but we all know, anybody in marketing, that customers do not read the stuff that you think they're going to read ever. So just call that subscribe and save. It's super simple. So that's the purchasing flow. Something else we want to call out was this is their help page actually, but they specifically are driving people to text them. And you can see emails kind of minimized under that huge text us number. And so we texted them, and we both of us actually, we had a few conversations with them. It's actually kind of hilarious. Their support on their text line is super on brand. Sent them a message, and the guy just hits me back with, "What's good? Why should I buy nugs? Why not?" And it's just, it's so good. It's perfect. It's exactly the brand experience that I want to have when I'm talking to these guys. I'm a huge fan of this. And something else to notice, by the way, they hit me with this message saying, "Hey, sorry, we'll get back to you soon." I'm in Europe right now, so I actually texted them at like 4 a.m. So to their credit, just a couple hours later after I sent in that message, when they were actually up in the morning, they did indeed hit me back. So I think that's actually not bad, pretty solid. All said and done with that, we both gave him a Hopkins 9, and man, their website's just freaking good. Gotta say, it's fun, it's entertaining, it's an experience. It's really nice.
Yeah, their whole purpose with their website is to, one, make purchases, but I think even more important than that is just drive awareness, because they have like that fun brand and they're saying like, okay, here's the brand. Because I remember as soon as I saw this website, before we even started tearing them down, my first thought was, this is hilarious. I should share this with everybody I know. And so I just started blasting it out to people. I never bought this product, but also I probably never would buy this product. It's just not a
same
as a consumer. But it did the job of having like a super high K factor and growing it by me acting as like a network effect to sending it out to a bunch of people that I know.
Yeah, it's huge. I think probably 9. There's a few things they could do to improve, and we'll see where they go when they add more SKUs to the site. But yeah, fucking great site. Wrapping all that up, that's Teardown. A couple of pluggables real quick. I run a company called Optomotive. We help other companies launch and scale new brands, new products, and enter into new markets. So if you want to do one of those things, let me know. And then Travis, you got some pluggables as well?
Yeah, I'm head of product over at Cinebody. We're a video production platform. Essentially, it makes it easy for brands to send out a brief. They click a link and then they can film anything that the brand requests. It comes back in shot list format over the cloud. You can package it and edit it and usually send it out within a day.
Yeah, well, hot diggity dog, that's Teardown.